Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And I want to say Shalom to Akim and Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, White Jesus is a False Doctrine. All right, once again, White Jesus is a false doctrine. And this came from a video that, unfortunately, I don't have up right now. And that's on me. Let me go ahead and get it up here. Needs to give me all the older ones. But it's a video from Rai La Yasharala. Yahweh Shai is coming back 144,000. And it was just... You know what? It might have been in the shorts. Where is it? It was on my phone, but I didn't transfer it over. There it is. 4 days ago. I didn't end up transferring over. Slack you for that. That was on me. So, it's from this video, inspired by this video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? It was inspired by this video, White Jesus. It hits different when E tells his own people the truth. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play this, all right? And again, the title of the lesson being, White Jesus is a False Doctrine. I'm going to go ahead and pause this music. I'm going to go ahead and let this clip roll. So here you go. Let me full screen it for you. Here you go.
White Jesus? You're not going to like this one. Jesus was not white. Revelation 1, lines 14 and 15. The hair on his head was white like wool. This doesn't feel like wool. How would somebody in that time describe coarse, curly hair? I don't know, I wasn't there. Line 15, his feet were bronze. That, my friends, is pink and a lack of flexibility. According to the book, he was born here, which today is known as this place of this place, often having people's olive or darker skin as a description. I would love if you took a minute and Googled people from that region to see what they look like aesthetically, so that maybe, just maybe, we could get off this white Jesus conversation once and for all.
Now we're going to stop right there because he says, to go and look up what these people, from West Bank, Palestine look like. Now, they weren't originally Palestinians, okay? Jesus, all right, his real name is Yahweh Shai, but for the sake of this whole thing, Jesus, well, even the Christians know that he wasn't a Palestinian, okay? So Yahweh Shai, okay, it was his real name, all right, not Jesus, all right, because that's another false doctrine is the name Jesus, okay, because there's no J's in Hebrew. Now, of what nationality, let's go and look it up, of what nationality was Jesus? Okay? According to the Gospels, Jesus was a Galilean Jew, born in Bethlehem. Okay? So, not Jewish, but a Jew, all right? Jewish. If you go and look up what the word ish means, all right? Ish meaning, that's probably been tampered with, right? Somewhat, anyway, not exactly. Okay? Ish. Okay? So you're not exactly a Jew. All right? You're Jew-ish. You have, you try to have some of the traits of that of a Jew. You try to, label yourself as a Jew, but you're Jew-ish. Yahweh Shai isn't Jewish. All right? He is just a Jew, not Jewish. All right? Just as we are not Jewish. We are Jews, not Jewish. Okay? There's a difference. Well, if you're of the Southern Kingdom, those were most specifically called, Jews. Okay, so not ish. Ish means like unto, like in some ways attributed to. No, straight up Jew. You're either. And now if someone said, "Are you rich?" I'm rich-ish. Well, you're not really rich, are you? Are you hungry? I'm hungry-ish. I could probably eat a little bit, right? I'm hungry-ish, right? But you're not really fully hungry. All right. That's how that works. I'm thirsty-ish, I guess I could do with a sip or so, right? That's it. Okay, so you're not really thirsty. You're not really hungry. You're not really a Jew. You're just ish. Okay, so we don't use that term Jewish. Okay, so continuing on, it says, according to the gospel, Jesus was a Galilean Jew, not a Palestinian. Okay, so the Palestinian, the land of Israel, believe it or not, was inhabited by what? Israelites, all right, who were, Israelites, and then you had the southern kingdom that were, commonly referred to as Jews. No Palestinians, okay? Now let's go and look up West Bank, Palestine. Let's go and look up West Bank, Palestine, and then let's go look at the people. Okay. These people still don't fit the description. Okay? They still don't fit the description. These are still not the people. Okay? These are still not the people. So, and those aren't the people either, because they're those are Israelis. But we can go. These are Palestinians, right? They look similar to really, if you put them in a crowd, they'd be almost indistinguishable almost from a so-called Mexican. But they look very similar to so-called Mexicans, or some of the northern kingdom. But Palestinians are Arabs, all right. They're the Ishmael, all right, for the most part. So continuing on, which means they're not Israelites. Okay, so continuing on, going back to his whole white Jesus. Okay, what he was talking about here. He grabs a scripture in Revelation. Let's go and get that scripture. Okay. So let's go and get, first let's go and get Daniel 7 and 9, all right? Because, let's go and do it, okay? So this is Daniel 7 and 9. Now, this isn't referring to who you would call Jesus, all right? His real name, we're just saying that for the sake of this lesson for the people that are, just coming in. All right, the real name of the Son is Yahushai, okay? And we'll show you how to get that in just a moment, okay? I'm just going to put that over there because I might forget if not. So going back, so he got Revelation, but we're gonna get Daniel 7 and 9. All right, this is speaking of the Father. All right, because the Father's name is Yahweh. Okay, the Father that the world ignorantly calls God is his Paleo Hebrew name. All right, the Hebrew. All right, the original name of the original language of the Israelites is the Father's name is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahushai, okay? And we'll prove that in just a moment. So this is Daniel 7 and 9. This is dealing with Yahweh, all right, who the world would ignorantly call God. It says, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. So the hair of his head like the pure wool. Okay, like pure wool. Now let's go and look at some different people here. First of all, let's go and get a white person. Okay, let's go and get a white person. White people. Okay? Does this hair, let's go get a picture of wool. Okay? Here's some wool. Okay? Now let's go and see. All right? Let's go and see. So we got wool. A white person. Does that look like wool? Doesn't look like wool to me. Look at the texture, the consistency, right? Look at it, right? Does that look like wool? Okay. Let's look at this lamb here, right? Or this goat, whatever it is. I think this is a lamb, right? Because you can see it. These two pictures right here. Focus on these two pictures right here. Who has hair like this? Does she have hair like that? No. No, not really. Does she have hair like that? No. Not really. What about her? What about him? How about her? What about him? What about him? He doesn't have no hair at all. What about him? No. Now let's go and look up black person. Okay? So-called black, because they use that term black because black means void of light, and they use white, which means pure, full of light, right? That's just that racism, right? So we have a bunch of dudes without no hair, very little hair, no hair, right? You can't really see the texture there, but you can still see it. But okay, look at this. Look at this. Okay. Let's just look at black person hair. Okay. Okay, there we go. So black person hair. Okay. See that? Okay, let's go. All right, and they're gonna have Esau. You know, they're swift with that deception. But this ain't like wool either. This is just, and that guy is more than likely Jewish, right? And they have, you know, hair that, you know, is similar in quality in some ways, not all the time, but it's not necessarily woolly. All right, if you've ever seen it. All right, it's just kind of like what's the word? Frizzy. All right, it's like frizzy hair, like. You know, it's like frizzy, and they call it like a fro, but it's not really coarse as in like with black hair. All right, with so-called black hair, it's just, you know, you see it, look, it gets all big and puffy, but it's not really woolly hair. It's just frizzy. Okay, it's just frizzy and kind of like ratty. Okay, frizzy and ratty. Okay, but when you look up white person hair, all right, they try to give you like all the curliest hair. Look at all these curly haired, you know, all these curly hair, because they know what we're doing, and that's Satan. When you look up white people, if you go and look up any of these white people, let's just start typing some people in. Justin Bieber. Okay, let's look up Justin Bieber. All right, let's look at his hair. Doesn't look anything like that. All right, let's go and look at Eminem. All right, and he's a Jake, but let's go and look up his hair. All right, doesn't look anything like how they're showing in that thing. Let's go and look up no, not Jennifer Lawrence. That's J-Lo. She's Iskar, but still it's the same type of hair almost, but a little oilier. Who else? White actors. Let's just go look up white actors. All right, look at all these different white actors. Is his hair like that? No. Is his hair like that? No. How about him? Nope. 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 Once again, nope. And all no. So, going back, why don't we look up white people hair? They try to show us the curliest fucking hair that they could ever show us. Curly hair, curly hair, curly hair, curly hair, curly hair, curlier hair. What they call a Jew fro. Curly hair, right? Dreadlocks, curly hair, curly hair, curly hair. What the fuck is that? They know exactly what they're doing, man. They know exactly what they're doing. And you can go over here and look at this hair. See how they call it a Jew fro? See how it's still not like wool? See how it's just regular straight hair? It's just frizzy, just very frizzy. That's it, man. There you go. See? The same thing over here. It's just frizzy. Okay? If you touch that hair, it's not afroic. Okay? So, let's go back. So, look. Boom. There you go. And you look at this. That's damn near the same thing. Okay? That's damn near the same thing. So going back to the scriptures, all right? Okay, and remember, wool, all right? It says, I beheld, Daniel 7:9, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days, that's Yahweh, all right? The Father, all right, who you would call God, did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. And that's another thing, is they try to say, oh no, it's just meaning that his hair was white. It just means that his hair was white. Well, it didn't say, it said his garment was white as snow, his head like the pure wool. Wool can be many different colors. It's just saying his hair was like wool, okay? His throne, and I wanted to get this because people try to say that in Revelation 1 and 12. They'll say, no, it was white. Well, that's already against the depiction that you have, all right? And the head of his hair like the pure wool, his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. Now, Yahweh is the father of Yahweh Shai. Okay? Don't you generally tend to look a bit like your father? All right? And if his hair was a certain texture, isn't your hair going to be a certain texture as well, more than likely? Yes. All right? Unless you're mixed, right? And then still you tend to have still pretty curly Jake-like hair. All right, it takes several generations for that curliness to get out. Unless it's like a fluke. All right, so going back down, this is Revelation 1 and 12. Let's go and get that. it says, Revelation 1 and 12. Now, this is speaking of Yahushai, all right, the Son, who you call Jesus. Revelation 1 and 12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. All right, that's another phrase, a title that's been used to refer to Yahushai quite frequently. It says, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. Okay, so he's going to have a garment that goes down to his feet. He's going to have a golden girdle. Okay, and how's he going to look? His head and his hairs were white like wool. So not only were they white, they were also like wool, right? As unto wool, as it said in the other verse we got back in Daniel, right? The hair of his head like the pure wool, right? His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. So he had a garment that was down to the feet. He had a golden girdle. He had white woolly hair, and his eyes are as flames of fire. What else? Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. Now, I don't know about you, but my feet are roughly the same color, maybe a shade or two different because they don't see light, than the rest of my body. Okay? And that's for everyone. That's everyone. Your feet are roughly the same color as the rest of your body. His feet like unto fine brass. First of all, let's go and look at brass. Let's go and look at brass. Now, they're going to give us a yellow color, but generally when you see brass, it's like this color. It's almost like a I wouldn't say ruddy, but it's almost like a ruddy color. Okay? It's almost like a ruddy color. So this is brass. All right? It's brass. But not only is it just brass, first of all, this is already a darker complexion than who you have out there, but burnt brass. Okay? Let's go and look at burnt brass. Okay? Look at these. Look. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Burnt brass. Okay? Burnt brass. There you go. So they say this is burnt brass. Okay? But burnt brass is generally a lot darker than that. And it can be darker depending on how you burn it. This is burnt brass. Look, some spots over here are lighter, some over are dark. Right here is very dark. Very dark. All right, you'd have very dark skin if it was right here. All right, over here you'd be regular, like brown skin. All right, and over up here you'd be light skin. Okay? So you have the whole flavor in Crayola box of Jake right there. Okay? Burnt brass. Look at this. That's very dark. But you have people over here, and saying, well, now let's go look at a picture of Jesus. This is white Jesus guy, right? Let's see if he adds up. So the first thing is we're gonna have a garment down to foot. Okay? All right, we have that. All right, a golden girdle. There's no golden girdle. Okay? Hair like white like wool. All right. How did it say it? Head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. No, that doesn't add up. All right, what else? Eyes as of a fire, basically, right? How did it say it specifically? It said, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. Here's another picture. Is this? No. So far, he has long, straight hair that's not like wool. He has blue eyes. That's not like flame. All right. He doesn't have the golden girdle. All right. And what else? What's the last one? And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. Uh-oh. This guy's pink. This guy's red. Okay. That's not he doesn't. Who is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? Who is this guy? Because he's not who's being described. Who the hell is this imposter? Okay. Who is this imposter? Okay, because it ain't who's being described in the Bible. It absolutely is not him. So let's go and look up a picture of Yahushai now. And this isn't how Yahushai actually looks. It's just a depiction. More accuracy. It's about more accuracy, right? Because it's not going to be this is not exactly how Yahushai looks, but it's just depictions based off of the description that was given in Revelation, chapter 1. So let's go and get a picture of Yahushai. Okay, so woolly hair, white woolly hair. Ding, ding, ding. All right, what else? A garment clothed down to foot. Ding, ding, ding. A golden girdle. Ding, ding, ding. What else? Eyes like a flame. Yep, those are orange eyes. Ding, ding, ding. And melanated skin, dark brass color. Ding, ding, ding. So who the hell? All right, like I like this picture. Who are you? All right, I am Yahushai. Who are you? Now I don't like the fact that they have him shirtless because that's technically being naked, and the Lord wouldn't be naked like that. All right, he would be clothed. But the way that they have him, picking up this Jesus character, look, they're obviously not the same person. Okay, they're not the same person at all. Okay, but I'm not a big fan of that image. I like the image because it shows him picking up this white Jesus, but I don't like the fact that he's not clothed. If he was clothed, it'd be a little bit better, and he didn't even need the sword. He could just pick him up with his bare hands. All right, but there you go. And his eyes are like a flame. Why? Because Yahushai was called a wine bibber. He drank a lot of wine, and when you drink a lot of wine, all right, your eyes turn red. All right, everybody knows that. When you any alcohol, all right, you get a little bit of a what do you call them? Like red eye, like dry eyes. All right, a little bit, almost like back in the world when you would use marijuana. All right, it just I don't know what it does to the system. It just causes your eyes to become bloodshot. That's the term, bloodshot. They just become bloodshot for some reason. I'm not sure why, but that shows you already that the image that you have of this white Jesus is wrong. It's off. It's not accurate. It's not biblically accurate. Regardless of what qualms and issues and bones you want to pick with us, okay? It's in the book that you read. Any Bible you can go and pick up, as long as it's the King James Version, all right? And any of the other versions, they might word it a little bit differently, but the King James Version is the one you want to use because these other ones will word it differently. They might say, I don't even know. Let's go and see what it has to say and the Bible Gateway. And his feet shone like brass that has been refined and polished. See, it loses it. It loses it, man. Let's see the NLT. Well, we can just go over to the Bible Hub and just type it in there. And NIV, his feet were like bronze glowing in a furnace. No, it didn't say that they were glowing in a furnace. Okay, it didn't say that they were currently burning. All right, it said they had burnt. Okay, and all these are going off. Okay, these are all going off. There's some of them that are right, but they're trying to say, oh, it was like they were just polished. That's not what I was talking about, man. That's not what I was talking about. And I'm curious. Let's go over to the Blue Letter Bible and let's go and get some of these words. All right, because this goes back to the original. This is going to be the original, the Greek that it was written in. So, and his feet like unto fine brass. Okay, let's go and just translate this. I'm curious of just Greek to English. Let's see what it has to say. There you go. And his feet like unto bronze, as if burned in a furnace, and his voice as the voice of many waters. Now, let's go and look up this term burned real quick.
Strong's G 4448. Porao.
Parao. All right. So they say it means to burn with fire, to be set on fire, to be on fire, to burn. All right. To make, to glow, to full of fire. All right. So it can be used, I guess any way. So I can't get you on that one because you could say that it can be used for actively on fire as well. Okay. It goes back to just the term fire. All right. Just fire. It just goes back to the word pour.
Strong's G 4442. Pour.
Pour. All right, means fire. Okay, so all right, I was curious. We went over there. See, we're not hiding anything, but it's still dealing with like unto brass, as if they burned in a furnace, not currently burning, but burned. Okay, like unto fine brass. He wasn't glowing like that. Okay, it was a dark skinned man. All right, and regardless if you want to believe it or not, okay, there's so many scriptures to prove that's the case. There's so many scriptures to prove that's the case. As a matter of fact, we can go and get you know what? Matter of fact, with Moses, all right, to show you the power of Yahweh, what he did to Moses. Exodus 4:16, and the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. It was white as snow. So that wouldn't be, too frightening if you were already pale. If you were already pale, that wouldn't be that frightening. But if you were, imagine if you were a dark-skinned man, all right, like Wesley Snipes, all right. Not every Israelite looks like Wesley Snipes, but imagine him pulling his hand out, and all of a sudden it's pure white like snow. That'd be terrifying. Whoa, If my hand was as white as snow, I'd be like, man, I'm not getting some type of because I'm already leprous as it is, So if I pulled my hand, it was like that. Now I would be concerned. I'd be like, man, I'm not getting blood flow or something. This got to be this can't be good, right? But it's not like if you were dark skin and all of a sudden you pull, whoa, oh my, that would be terrifying. All right, so I said, and he said, put thine, verse 7, and he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. So that shows you, well, that doesn't say he was black. Well, let's go and see something. Simeon, who was called. Now, this word, you would say Niger or Niger, right? Because that's that land. The land of Niger? The land of Niger? Okay, first of all, and it never wants to give me the correct Bible for this. All right, so it never. I just have to go and get it myself. All right, Acts 13:1. Now, there were in the church. Let's go. Wait a minute. Was Simeon an Israelite? Yes. Simeon, one of the 12 tribes of Israel. So yes, Simeon was that's where where that came from. Simeon, the biblical figure, all right, tribe of Simeon, all right. So yes, who later became the Jewish people. So Jew, he was a Jew. Okay. Acts 13:1. Now there was in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas. Now keep in mind, all right, that people tend to look similar to each other when they're of the same nation. All right, Jews specifically, where Jews is usually referring to Jews. They say Jews, but Jew for the most part originally referred to just the southern kingdom, but it's used for the northern kingdom as well. All right, and all of northern kingdom kind of looks like each other, and all the southern kingdom kind of look like each other, right? So Acts 13:1. Now and right now you have Southern Kingdom. They're lighter brown, but before they were dark brown as well. All right, they were extremely dark. They were considered dark skin. Now there was always varying of skin color. All right, and tone. Some were ruddy-ish. Some might have been a little bit lighter. Some might have been a little darker. But there wasn't as a giant gaps in color as there is now. You see some. Mexicans, almost damn near white, and some of them almost, damn near black, so-called, and so-called white, so-called black, right? But there wasn't gaps like that. Originally, the people were a very, very dark people. And Acts 13:1 says, now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon. One of the teachers, Simeon, that was called, you would say, Niger. Actually, this word would go back to the word Niger. All right, Niger. That's how they pronounce it in the Blue Letter Bible. But we all know that's some disingenuous shit. You know how that word's pronounced. All right, I'm just a little too pale to fully go outright and say it. All right, now they say it's Niger. Now you would say, oh, the land of Niger. It's not Niger. Okay, if you're going off the Blue Letter Bible, it goes back to the word Niger. And we're going to tell you what that word means. And you're going to find out what word. It sounds an awful lot like another word that was called, that so-called black people are still called today. All right? Just remove that E with an I. Got your word. And Simeon, that was called Niger, and Lucius of Cyrene, and Manaen, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. So let's go get this word Niger. All right? Where were we? Blue Letter Bible. Okay, so let's get Acts 13:1. Let's go and see it. All right, don't take it from me. All right. So there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger. Boom. Let's find it out. Let's hear the pronunciation, everyone.
Strong's G 3526. Niger. Niger.
All right. Niger. All right. Niger. Now say that 5 times fast and go to your local supermarket and see anybody in there that's a Jake and call them that if you're white. See how that fares you. You get your ass whooped. Okay? So Niger. All right? Niger. Okay? And it's that's that's the original, the original term. It was different. But Niger. All right? You say that, black person will whoop your ass for sure. And what does that word Niger mean? Black. Bam. Bam. What you gonna do, huh? What you gonna do? You can't say nothing. You can't say nothing. You don't even know your own book. You don't even know your own book, Christians. You don't. Dummies. Fucking dumbasses, man. All right. Oh, he's saying bad words now. Guess what? Where's that in the Bible? Corrupt communication. That's not talking about that. That's talking about corrupt communication. Disingenuous speaking. That's talking about deceitful speaking. That's talking about corrupt, talking out of order, talking out of line. You start, saying things that aren't accurate. That's corrupt communication. Corruption. All right. Things that are not right. No one ever said that saying shit was a bad word, all right? That you can't say, oh, you're going to burn in hell. There's another thing. There ain't no hell in the Bible. It mentions hell, but where does it say that you're going to go to this place where you're going to burn forever? Oh, it talks about the lake that burneth with fire, all right? Okay, yeah. Well, that's not talking about hell. Go and look up what hell goes back to. It goes back to the word Gehenna, all right? The valley of Hinnom. What did they do there? What was Jake doing there? What were the Israelites doing there? They were sacrificing children unto an idol called Molech. All right, and Baal, and building pillars of Baal, and all these different things. All right, and they did it so much that land was basically always constantly on fire. Okay, and that term was later, by Jewish writers, Jewish, not Jew, Jewish quote unquote scholars changed that name to be, a state of the godless undead, or the godless, basically purgatory. Which doesn't fucking exist. And then what happened? And then you want to know where hell came from? Go and read Dante's Inferno. That's where the depictions of cavernous hell and the 9 hells and all these different things and the demons and the little pitchforks and shit came from. Because there are demons, but they're the way that they have Satan depicted as this little thing with like these weird elf-like ears, and he's crunched over. You see it on that album of Iron Maiden, man, with a pitchfork. No, man. You Christians it's manufactured bullshit. All right, a lot of the Christian doctrine is manufactured bullshit, and when they do get the Bible, they mess it up. When they do read the Bible, they mess it up. They have the wrong understanding. All right, they don't have the right understanding. They're saying some bullshit. It's bullshit. It's absolutely what it is, because it's not from the Bible. It's not blessed literature. All right, by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's just bullshit. All right, now we said we were gonna go break down the names, because here's another thing you got wrong. Let's go and look at this word Jesus. All right, let's go get a Paleo Hebrew chart. Okay, and let's go and get it. Boom. So let's go and get it. Let's go and get a Paleo Hebrew chart. Paleo Hebrew to English. Where's it at? Right here. Boom. Let's go and get it. Okay, so let's go and get it. Let's get the name Jesus. Okay, let's go and get it. So Jesus in the Bible right here. That's not what I wanted. I wanted it in the blue letter Bible. Let's go and get this word Jesus. Boom. Okay, and while we're at it, let's go get the word, all right, God. All right. So let's go and get these 2 words, God and Jesus, all right? We'll do God first, and then we'll do Jesus second, okay? So God, all right, goes back to this word Elohim, which is a plural of what? Okay? Aloha, all right? Eloah, all right, which means God, all right? That's what that means. It means, and it means what? Gods, all right? Divine ones, God, all right? The true God. So there are God. Take it from the Bible. God's many. Let's go and get 1 Corinthians 8 and 5. It says, 1 Corinthians 8 and 5, for though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or on earth, as there are gods many and lords many. But to us there is but one God, the Father, of whom all things are, and we in him, and one Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, by whom all things, and we by him. So this, by one, Yahweh, the Father. So let's go and get So how do we find out the name? Well, he gave the name to Moses. Right here in Exodus 3 and 14. Okay? And we got to get 3 and 13. So let's go and get that. So he gave the name, not just a title. The Lord has many titles: Father of Spirits, Yahweh. Yahweh is his name. Salakia. Yahweh is his name, but he has many titles. The Heavenly Father, the Father of Spirits, Ancient of Days, right? God, right? The God, So Exodus 3 and 13, and Moses said unto Yahweh, okay, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, the God of your fathers hath sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? Okay, why did he need an extra name? Why he couldn't just say the God of your fathers? He needed a name to introduce the Lord to them as. All right, this is your power. What did Yahweh say? In verse 14, and Yahweh said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. So he said, go and tell them I am sent you. All right. So, and if to him, he is, right? He'd say I am, but to other people, he would be he is. He is. It's I to him because other people, I wouldn't call myself he. I would call myself I. I'm this person. All right. But if someone in the third person was talking to me, they wouldn't say, oh, I, because that would be them. They would say he's over there. He's over there. When I'm talking about myself, I would say I. So Yahweh said, I am. His name is he is. Okay. And let's go see what that means. So let's go and get this. I am. I am. Boom. Let's go and get it. All right. So it goes back to this word.
Strong's H 1961. Hayah. Hayah.
All right. Hayah. All right. And we know there's no, so that should be Hawa. Okay. And we can prove that. And it comes from a primitive root. All right. Right here, which goes to Hava. Okay. So that you need the primitive root. Now the Hava, we know there's no V's in Hebrew. There's no V's in Hebrew. All right. Now they'll say did Paleo Hebrew have V's? All right. It didn't have vowels. All right. There was no V in the classical V. All right, which was wa. Later wa. All right. The letter wa. All right. So vav, and so it takes having an understanding of this and looking it up. But there was no J's, because the J wasn't existed until the latter 1500s, and there was no V's. All right. So Hawa. All right, which means to what? To be, to become, to exist. It means to exist. All right, to exist. Okay. So there's another one. All right, because that one has his last part, but you need the full title. All right. It says right here in verse Psalm 68 and 4, sing unto God, sing praises to his name, extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name Yah, and you would say Jah, but it's Yah, and rejoice before him. So let's go and look at this word Jah. All right.
Strong's H 3050. Yah.
Yah. All right. Yah. Which, Yehovah. All right. In the shortened form. So, or Jehovah, as they would say. So let's go and get that, and let's get one more. You can actually just go and get it with, all right. And I appeared unto Abraham and Isaac and unto Jacob by the name of Yahweh Almighty, but by my name, you'd say Jehovah, was I not known to them. So if you go and get this word Jehovah, boom, we already got it. But look at how it's look. Yah, right there. See it? All right, squiggly line. And I'll just, for what you can see, a little squiggly line looks like half of a box, squiggly line, half of a box. All right. And then what's the other part? half of a box. Stick, half of a box. Half of a box. Or no, stick, half of a box. So there you go. That's the boom, boom, boom. So what do we get here?
Strong's H 3050. Yah. Yah.
Yah. And this said, and let's listen to this one. Remember, the V should be a wah. The va should be wah. V should be a W. So Yah.
Strong's H 1933. Hava. Hava.
All right. Yah Hawa, which means what? He exists. All right. He exists. Okay. So going back, if you don't want that, get the pure form.
Strong's H 3068. Yehovah. Yehovah.
Which means the existing one really means he exists. All right, which should be Yahweh, going back to the root word. All right, Hawa, Hawa. All right, Hawa, to be, to become, to come to pass, to exist. There you go. So there you go. So let's go and pronounce this real quick. Let's go and see. Okay, let's go and see. So we got to get this. Yah. Yah. Ha. Yah. Ha. So let's type it out. Yah. Okay. We got Yah. Ha. What's this? Wa. Ha. That's another, again, that's, we just got that. That's another ha. Yahweh ha. All right. So it would be Yahweh ha. All right. But that's not, you know, so Yahweh ha. All right. That's, well, that's how they would have it. But you drop the A. All right. Just grammatically in Paleo Hebrew. So it would be Yah ha wa. Yah ha wa. Yahweh. Yahweh. Which means what? The existing one. He exists. Boom. And you ask, why do you do it, you know, right to left? Because that's how original Paleo Hebrew is. It's still, in modern Hebrew, it's still the same. Yahweh. Yahweh. Okay? Now, if we go and get this name Jesus, all right, a lot of the work's already been done for us. Okay? Jesus, which goes back to the word Iesus, all right, of Hebrew origin. All right? All right? Iesus is the Greek. All right? Now let's listen to it in Hebrew.
Strong's H 3091. Yehoshua. Yehoshua. And second entry, Yehoshua. Yehoshua.
All right? Which should be Yahweh Shai. All right? We already have a lot of the work done for us. All right? Because look, at the start, Yahweh. Right? Yahweh. All right? You see there? Yahweh. Yahweh. All right? But we have three separate symbols here, or characters. So we have Yahweh at the start. Yahweh is the Father's name. So what's the Son's name? So Yahweh, and then we got to get these other words. So we can already go off Yahweh. All right. Remember, we dropped the so Yahweh, Yahweh. All right, and let's go and get this. It looks like kind of like a W, so that'd be Shah. All right, S-H-A, and then this. All right, going back. What is that one? That's a Wa. And then finally, this one that looks like a Y. Where is it? Is an I. Okay, so now we have Yahweh Shawai. Okay, so again, you just cut that I don't know how to say it. You know, you just you drop certain things just as you do in certain language. All right, and you get Yahweh Shai, which means what? It says, you know, Jehovah is salvation, but the word comes back through the deliverer. All right, the deliverer. All right. This means, let's get this one. It means what? To save, to be delivered. Okay. That's what Shai means. All right. So there you go. To save. All right. To deliver, the deliverer. So we just proved to you that in the original language, God and Jesus Christ aren't a thing. Okay. God and Jesus Christ are not a thing. You have Yahweh, the Father, and you have Yahweh Shai, the Son. Boom, bam. So we done, man. I'm sorry. Let's have a moment of silence for these Christians, because today they found out that their Savior does not fit the Bible and that the names are not the real names. Okay? Damn. Moment of silence, everyone. Okay, that's enough. Just fucking around. So, hey, you know, man, it's these people, they're done. They're done. Now, continuing on, this guy even fries them even further. Let's continue to listen. Let's go back a little bit.
Just maybe we could get off this white Jesus conversation once and for all. I've never even read the book. This is just, you're just able to find this information.
He just said, I've never even read the book. You're able to just find this information. Damn, Christians. This guy doesn't even read the Bible. Here it is. You say you read the Bible. He says, I've never even read the book. You can just find this information. And it's true. You can just find this. Oh my gosh, man. You Christians are done. Wrap it up, boy.
Random disclaimer. The book does not reference his appearance outside of this statement. Side note, even if he was, what do you think he'd like move to America and vote for who your interests are?
Yeah.
What's going?
That's true. Jesus is going to save America. And Jesus wants Trump to be president. Hey, man, we don't know no fucking Jesus, man. Who the fuck is Jesus? I've never heard that name in my life. I've never heard nobody named Jesus. Who the hell is that? All right? And we don't use no fucking Jesus around here, man. Yeah, fucking Jesus. Fuck Jesus, man. We don't use no Jesus around here. We deal with Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. That's who we deal with here, not no fucking Jesus. Jesus. It sounds like you're about to vomit. You know, you ever seen a cat ready to throw up? Jesus. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're about to fucking Ralph, man. We don't use no Jesus around here. There was no... Look, Yahweh Shai was born before the 1500s, man. All right? Let me not be ratchet. Yahweh Shai was born before the 1500s. J's were not existent until the late 1500s. How could his name be Jesus? It can't be. It's bullshit. His name is Yahweh Shai. Okay? His name is Yahweh Shai. His father's name is Yahweh. His name is Yahweh Shai. His father's name is Yahweh. His name is Yahweh Shai. His father's name is Yahweh. Get it through your skull, man. Ain't no Jesus. Ain't no God. There's Lord's many and God's many. Yeah, gods. We're gods in a way, all right? Because it says we're gods, but we use the lowercase g. Now, in the Bible, when it has the capital G, that's referring to Yahweh, but that's not his name. That's not his name. And guess what? Did you know that there was a slave ship, one of the biggest slave ships? Do you know what they call it? It was called the Good Ship Jesus. All right, the Good Ship Jesus. All right, the Good Ship Jesus. Jesus of Lubeck. All right, was what was it? What was this? Oh, it was a slaving vessel. It was chartered by a group of merchants by Queen Elizabeth I, that dirty bitch, becoming involved with the Atlantic slave trade. Boom, 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 boom. There you go, man. There you go. It's a nice try. It's a nice try. And in early versions of the Bible, Jesus wasn't in there. You know what was in there? Jesus. No, it's still not the name, but Jesus wasn't in there either. But you love that name, Jesus. You never call on Jesus, all right? Which was what was in there in 1611, all right? In the original King James Version Bible, all right? But you're so stuck on Jesus because you're a bunch of fucking Edomites, man. Or you're stuck by, you know, you're in love with them, all right? So we call on Yahweh Shai. We call on Yahweh through Yahweh Shai because you can't reach the Father but through the Son. Let's go and get that because we know you Christians don't understand it. This is John 14:6. It says, Yahweh Shai, almost slipped up. Yahweh Shai saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. We were just talking about this the other day. You're not just going to go and call the White House and get to talk to the president, okay? You have to go through someone else, all right? And that's how it is with us, man. We have to go through Yahweh Shai to get to Yahweh. So we have to say Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in our prayers. All right, we don't just say dear Yahweh Shai or dear Yahweh. We say Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Please help me with this situation that I'm going through. Amen. Right? So what does Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai mean? Well, Ba'ashem is another Paleo-Hebrew term that means in the name of. So it's Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, the Father in the name of the Son, because we can't reach the Father but through the Son, as Yahweh Shai says right here in the red letter. That's Yahweh Shai speaking in John 14:6. All right, so there you go, boom. Now we're gonna explain, what Esau did here with their little funny business. Now Esau, all right, Israel, all right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are as we've just roughly in a way proved by going off of the color, but skin color isn't the 100% way that you can be a white looking like me and still be an Israelite. But that's a lot for one lesson. So we're just gonna keep on continuing on, and there'll be lessons on that in the future. There's speckled birds sometimes, just through lineage, because it's always. I'll put this out there. Your nationality is determined by your father, as it says in the Bible. Again, we don't have time to go and do all of it today. All right, there's declared their pedigrees by the seed lines of their father. You can look that up, KJV. And as you go down, you might have a heathen mother. That doesn't make you a heathen. All right, you might get heathen features because of it, though. If you have a white mom, and then your son gets with another white woman, and then they have a kid, and then that kid's gonna already, by 2 generations, you can already look like a regular so-called white person. Okay, but your seed line goes back to the seed line of Israel, of Jacob. So guess what? You're still Jake. Bam. But Edomites, they go back to that seed line, really the seed line of Cain. They're going back to that same murderous bloodlust spirit. So Revelation 20:7-8, it says, and when the 1,000 years are expired. Now, again, there's a lot. You can't explain everything in one video, but there's a lot. And once it all adds up, and you stay and learn this truth for quite some time, everything just slides into piece like a puzzle piece, and the whole picture is revealed. So in verse 7, and when the 1,000 years are expired. Now, if you go back, we got to go all the way back to when the elder shall. Well, no. It's we got to get this. We got to go and get let me see here. Yeah, so I overthought it. I thought there was something else. Well, I mean, it really goes back to yeah, we'll just get it through here because apparently they never want to give me the King James Bible online. So Genesis 25:23, going back to the birth, all right, of Esau and Jacob, it says, and the Lord said unto her, all right, unto who? Rebekah, okay? 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. 2 different nations, all right? It says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. Now, who came out? Let's go, keep on keeping on. Let's go to 24. There are twins, and the first came out all over red like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. There you go. And then verse 26, it says, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. Okay, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him. So there you go. So Esau came out first, which means he's the elder. And then what was the prophecy? It says what? The elder shall serve the younger. So, and that's exactly what was happening. All right. But after 1,000 years, all right, well, let's go to Genesis 27 and 38, it says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be, and the fatness shall be the fatness of the earth. That's why they live in these nice places. And the dew of heaven from above earth. And by thy sword shalt thou live, being a murderer, and shall serve thy brother. You're going to serve your brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So when the time comes, you'll be able to break out of that. Now that was 1,000, it was after 1,000 years that it was able to finally do that. In Revelation 20 and 7 and 8, it says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. All right. And Satan most of the time is used to refer to the spiritual demon Satan, but in this case, it's really dealing with, Lucifer. It says, and which is, the morning star with Esau, right? All right. The devil. All right. Esau. And shall go out to deceive the nations where are in the four corners of the earth. So they're going to go out and to deceive the nations. And then what else? Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Now, if you go back into Gog and Magog and you know what you're talking about, Gog is Gog and Magog is dealing with the Russians, okay? And there's all that Russian tension brewing right now. So that is going to be a thing. It's just a matter of when. So going back, and so deceive the nations. Now, how did they go forth and deceive the nations? Well, primarily iconoclasm. All right, that was one of the biggest things that they did. What is iconoclasm? The action of attacking or assertively rejecting cherished beliefs and institutions or established values or practices. But it says iconoclasm is a social belief that the importance of destruction of icons or other images or monuments, most frequently for religious or political reasons. Now, one of the biggest things that they did was they went forth and they, they grinded faces off of, pictures and art. The other thing that they did was they went and repainted art. They redid things like that, and they went and painted over different depictions with depictions of white people. All right, they there's a lot of different things that they bust noses off of statues. If there's anything that could be attributed to a so-called black person, nose statue missing. All right, that's what they'll do, and they'll give you a bunch of different reasons of why they busted the nose off, and that's because a nose, all right, is a defining factor, man. Is a defining factor, because if you went and took, any of these noses, all right, and you have it, you can just go and get a, I don't want to do it, but if you had a statue, I don't want to go ahead and go out of my way to do it, but if you had a statue, this could be either like this. All right, I'll do it. Why not? You can go do something like this. And then, I'll show you real quick. Okay, you have something like this. It's too big still. Let me go like 10 or 7. Okay. So if you have a nose like this, and this one's different, but if you have a nose, okay, and you have and if it goes like this, oh, that's not the right color. Let me go with all right. If you have a nose and it goes like this, okay, or how white people nose. Let me see. All right, and you have a nose that goes like this. All right, so you can see that is in one different form. All right, so that can make a statue look different if it had a nose like this. Now, if it had a nose like this, I messed that all up. All right, if it had a nose like this, that'd be a completely different story. So you can pretty much make things look completely different just by busting something off. All right, you can bust the nose off because the difference between Let's go and look at a black person. The difference between a white person and a black person. Look at the noses. You could tell on a statue instantly that it ain't no white nose. Different noses, man. Different noses, man. More efficient noses too, you know. You can actually breathe. My nostrils, man, that's got to be some inbred Esau, you know, through the line of, you know, because my mom's, you know, Edomite, a white woman, so, you know, Esau goes back to, there probably a lot of inbred, and something had to happen, had some nostril holes that are all fucked up. You know, I wonder if, what race is our deviated septum most seen in? Bet it's white people. Asian people. Yeah, Asian. I don't know, Asian, yeah. Asian and European. But I guess Asian and whites. Yeah, and deviated septum, you know, your septum, your nose is all fucked up. You can't breathe right, smell right. So yeah, but anyway, that's what he did when he went around, and, you know, and that period of time was called the what? Before that was the Renaissance. Before that was the Dark Ages. But when they were loosed, right? That 1,000 years. After that 1,000 years, what was it called? The Renaissance. What? The rebirth. Right? The rebirth. A civilization, a period in civilization that was marked with a revival of classical learning and wisdom. There ain't no wisdom about it. But look at all the pictures. All white. All white. All white. All white. All white. The Crusades. That's what they did. They went and, you know, did that white Jesus shit. Back then it was you know, going back all the way to Serapis Christus and the fall of Rome, and then they reiterated it into different forms. But it was always, you know, going back to white people. But that was their ultimate goal, right? To get rid of so-called black and brown biblical figures and replace it with their own people, as it says in 1 Maccabees 3 and 48. So 1 Maccabees 3 and 48, it says, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen, this heathen in specific, all right, was Esau, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their image, and they were actually ultimately successful with it, all right, but now it's being revealed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, that's exactly primarily, that's what happened, right? They went and did a bunch of lies, man. And finally, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close out, is Isaiah 8:20. You got all these people talking about Jesus, Jesus, and God. That's so stupid when they talk like that, man. But when they, if they saying that, hey, man, that means if they're saying, oh, Jesus was white, he had long hair, and he had blue eyes. Nope. Isaiah 8:20, to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Read the Bible. Read the Bible. Hey, read your Bible. Hey, everybody out there, read your Bible. Read it. If you're calling yourself a believer, all right, of the Lord, read your Bible. And I don't mean, it's good to get with your physical Bible, but if you're reading Bible, making lessons, going through your notes, watching lessons where they're talking about the Bible, that's good. But you need to be hearing scriptures, all right, is what I'll say. You need to read your Bible too. But in some form of way, whether it's going through your notes, you don't read it page to page, but, sometimes like, even what is it? One of the brothers, I can't remember which brother does it. I don't know if it was GMS Awakening or one of the other brothers, but he posts those daily scriptures of the day, man. And they're great, they're edifying, but you need to be doing something active, some level of activity with the Bible on a regular basis, a daily basis, because these Christians, they don't use their Bibles, and it shows, all right? And white Jesus is a false doctrine. So with that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. And I want to say, fuck you. And I want to say shalom to all the you brothers and sisters out there that are diligently pursuing this truth. Keep enduring, keep the faith. Until next one, Lord willing, Shalom, man. This whole white Jesus bullshit, it's just a bunch of bullshit, man. Till the next one, Lord willing, Shalom.